How do you do downward dog?
Good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching. Thank you for joining us. Today we are back at Triple Brook Campground, and we are here for the 2024 Tipsy Gypsies Jamboree. I did not film the Jamboree last year because we were just hanging out, and we'll see how much filming we do in this video, but either way, we are here. We're all set up. A little bit of a frustration getting set up today because the usual prep time that we put into this is usually like getting things done a couple days before, doing the grocery shopping a day before, and kind of having everything ready to go so that all we have to do is hook up and leave, and we did none of it. A lot of it had to do with us just being lazy, and we paid for it because it was a nightmare trying to get ourselves out here and set up today. So yeah, learn from us. Get as much done as you can in advance so you don't have to deal with the nonsense we had to deal with. But anyway, we're all set up now. I think we're doing cheesesteaks for dinner. I don't even know it right now. Court went to the grocery store when she got here. I don't know. We'll figure it all out. Now Bet's saying burgers and dogs, so who knows? So we settled on burgers and dogs tonight. So it looks like it will be a burgers and dogs type of night. So I don't know if you guys remember, but we were having issues with the TV and the Apple adapter, the HDMI adapter, and Nick's iPad has never had the software update that was mandated, where it removed the ability to use that HDMI adapter. So we can still use Nick's iPad very sneakily as a one-stop shop for everything that we want to stream on the outside TV here. But one of the things I am going to look into is getting just like a cheap like little DVD player. That way, if we're at a place that has no internet like this place, we can still kind of put a movie on for the kids. If it's like a rainy day, or if like it's late and the kids just want to hang out and watch a movie, they can still do that outside. I'm going to look into that. But burgers and dogs it is for tonight. And I also wanted to mention that we're going to be doing a little bit of a fun photo shoot this week for me for work. I'll explain more about that when I do the photo shoot, but just something to stay tuned for. One of the other hindsight's 2020 moments with me is the Q1200 grill is great when it's just the 4 or 5 of us, but when you start adding in having to cook for like my mom and my dad, or like if Bill and Pat come camping, this grill just does not have enough room on it. So I'm cooking in stages here. I've got burgers over here, but I mean, I can only really fit 6 burgers on that grill comfortably. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, Labor Day weekend. We've just been kind of hanging out in the camper. It's only 8:30 right now. Abby woke up around 6:30 in the morning and did not want to go back to sleep. She was up multiple times throughout the night. We're just watching some DuckTales. We have the DuckTales DVDs we're watching right now. And I'm going to go harass my parents right now. So I want to get a couple shots of Stubbs' stereo system upgrade that he did to his Rockwood Roo 235S. The best part is the volume doesn't go down. So he has to use the remote to turn the volume down, but that's another whole story that we'll talk about a little bit later. So yeah, let's go check it out. What are you doing in here, Nick?
I'm eating Grandma.
You're eating sugar. Nick and Grandma are over here decorating sugar cookies.
And look at this one.
Ooh, I didn't even see those there.
These
two came out good, dude.
Yeah, he's doing a good
Good job. So I wanted to come over and show you Stubbs' stereo system. Ooh, did you get it to work? Nope, still not working. So there it goes. It just went down. It went down by 1. So Stubbs has the Rue 235S, and it came equipped with a sound bar in here that he's claiming cost about $35 online. You could buy it for. I don't have proof of that, so I'm just gonna go with his word on it. And he didn't like how they also didn't have speakers in the ceiling like mine did, so he installed basically, I guess it's just like a audio system you'd have in a car, right? Yeah. For the most part, he's got Pioneer speakers with a wall-mounted stereo system there. He's got the satellite radio all built in. He did a pretty good job with it. The only downside is, for some strange reason, the volume button is not really working to put the volume down. You have to use the remote to put it down, but now it was just working. So I just got back from a bike ride. There's 2 separate loops that you can kind of take that are on the main roads that surround the campground. The first one is a pretty short loop. It's fairly flat, so if you wanted to go for a nice ride and not kill yourself, you could do that loop. There's also a little bit larger of a loop that has a lot of hills. I'll drop a picture of the map of what the route was that I took here, so if you're at Triple Brook and you have your bike with you and you want to go for a ride outside of the campground, you can see what that looks like. And then I took Nick over to do some arts and crafts with Kaylee and a couple of the other people who are staying here. They made these little paper rocket ships that you blow with the straw and it flies through the air. It was pretty cool, fun little arts and craft. That was free. And found out that they're doing a cornhole tournament at noon, and then we're going to be having the potluck dinner up in the main field at 5. So that's the agenda for today. I'm trying to decide if I want to just take a quick shower now because I worked out and I'm sweating disgusting, but we'll see. The other thing that happened yesterday while setting up, which I did not get any video of because I did not expect it to happen, was Kaylee's bed, which is the side bed on the Rue. When I opened up the bed drop down, it had about a gallon of water sitting on the top of the bunk. You can actually see right here, I don't know if you can see through there, where it is all stained from where the water fell. So I got to clean that before we close this thing up. It was a little frustrating, to say the least. So I don't know if a seal is failing or what's going on there, but I'm going to have to figure out that when I winterize it for the year, because there's a pros and cons video coming for the Rue in the very near future, and that's going to be one of the things we're going to be talking about. For the potluck dinner tonight, Court is making a Thai chili shredded chicken with slider rolls. Stubbs is making a smoked pork belly as well, but Court and I have to start getting the Instant Pot set up out here. I'm hoping we don't trip a breaker. If you guys are following along with some of the other videos, when we had the smoker plugged in at the same time as the ice machine, we were tripping the breaker. So we're going to try it out. I'm just going to keep a real close eye on it. Hopefully it won't trip. If it does, then I got to run an extension cord, which I don't really feel like doing. We're all set up. We've got the ice maker and the Instant Pot side by side in here. Let's see if the circuit holds up.
I want to try one of those.
Yeah. Nick and I just arrived down at the store with Stubbs here. Hey, look, there's a giant rooster, Stubbs. Maybe you can ask him if you can take it home from your shell. So what are we doing here, Nick? You know, now you just want to come hang out? Let's go check it out. Nick tricked me. He said he wanted to go to the store. And then when we got here, he goes, I want to go in the arcade. We do have actually a pretty nice arcade in here. What'd you settle on, Nick?
Okay, so I think we might have
Nerds, want to sit in the rocking chairs with me? These look comfy. All right, Nick doesn't want to sit in the rocking chairs. I think he wants to go hang out with the other kids.
No, I'm
Dad's not cool anymore.
gonna see
You have icing on the tip of your nose,
Dad
by
is
the
never
way. What are you guys doing over here? Just hanging out in the swings?
Yeah.
They look pretty comfy. You see the frog? Where's the frog? Nick was scoping out the frogs right there. There's a few of them in here. This is pretty relaxing. I don't think I've ever actually sat in these seats in all the times we've come here. I could get used to this. Stubbs, take it easy over there.
Bite.
It's a fairly cloudy day out today, but it's not gonna stop me from having some spicy margaritas in the very near future. We're on our way down to the pool right now. A little change of plans from the cornhole tournament. I fell asleep and I woke up, and then Court came back and said that they didn't need anybody else. So maybe we'll have another cornhole tournament If not, this one's on me. They're also doing a campground sanctioned horseshoe tournament today. Ooh, the battle of the tournaments.
Jump in. Come on, jump in. Jump in. Stop being a wussy. Do it, do it. 1, 2, 3, jump. All of the YouTubers are looking for it. They're waiting for Nick to jump.
So I tried to make my way over to the adult pool and go in the hot tub, but it was a little overcrowded, and I decided to come watch the kids play mini golf. Yeah, Nick. Abby, what are you doing?
Abby.
What are you doing, Abs? Are you eating an ice cream sandwich? It may not be the best mini golf course they have here in the world, but how much was it to play, Court? Oh, it's free? Oh, all right. So, Court just told me that it's a donation for the mini golf, but they were very clear about the fact that, like, oh, well, if you don't have the cash right now, you can always come back for the donation later. Either way, it's still cool.
How many times are you going to switch it back and forth and then...
This is what happens when you allow 2 children to keep score of their own. See, Nick, you can't jump ahead until Kaylee's ready for you to start keeping score. Oh, Nick, you're rolling back. I see it. Oh, boy. You are one filthy animal, kid. Where are you? There you are. So, round 1 of mini golf ended with Kaylee winning, but we feel like there was a little bit of a little false scorekeeping going on because Kaylee was keeping score for both people, and there was a lot of 2s for Kaylee, and she doesn't really do well in mini golf. This is what it's all about right here.
What?
Cheers. Well, the weather's not cooperating with the Tipsy Gypsy Jamboree this year, and the potluck dinner is going to start a little bit earlier than expected. So it is just about 4:30, and Bill came by and said, "We're doing it now." So we're decompressing the chicken. I don't know what that. I don't even know what any of this means, but bottom line is, it's like a steam bath in here. I tuck my head in for a minute. Oh, it's a little steamy in here. Just a little steamy. Oh, it's like a sauna. I could make this a sauna. I'm gonna talk about that.
This is a PG channel, man.
Oh, I hate cameras.
I asked you, bro. You were like, yeah, let me just put my head in your dad's lap real quick. So what was your favorite thing?
My favorite thing was the tomato and mozzarella.
There we go.
No, pork belly.
I like
Pork belly.
pork belly.
You're just being nice.
No, it was good.
I like the mozzarella and tomatoes.
Oh my god. Although I'm sure it was good, it's a pretty generic thing, right?
Well, what's your favorite?
Corn. I gotta open this beer real quick. My favorite thing, the meatballs. There were meatballs at the front of the table. I don't know whose they were. Whoever put the meatballs at the front of the table, phenomenal. What was your favorite thing, Steve?
The pork belly.
The pork belly was the winner? How about you?
Definitely pork bellies with those
Next
fake
time.
King's Hawaiian rolls coming in close second.
Next time. Next time Dean has to leave the camera.
Yeah, that's a good knockoff.
Next time Dean needs to bring like potato chips and leave the pork belly as a camper so we can.
That's a really good idea,
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
How about you? What did you
That's
like?
my recommendation.
I like the meatballs.
Which meatballs? There's 3 different types up there. Ooh, I put you on the spot.
You did. It
See the
was
first one. Christine's, which one were yours?
Yes.
The first one. First empty one.
Those were my favorites.
Were they?
First one.
The first ones were the favorite. All right, you want to go?
All the meatballs, but the first ones in particular that my sister-in-law made.
I love it. I love it.
Chrissy's meatballs were the best.
Oh, Chris, you are getting all the praise here.
So we went and set up for the Jamboree. We rushed through it. Everything was phenomenal. I got some footage here that you guys have already seen. And now we are back at camp and we are just waiting to see how long this rain is gonna last for. So we're just kind of getting things situated here. That tent, I'm telling you, one of the best investments we ever made as far as like rain, because we don't have to worry about anything that's in there. It's gonna stay dry. It's not raining that hard. If it starts raining harder, I'll close it. But it is probably one of the best investments we've ever made when it comes to like the outside area of our camper. That right there is the epitome of a happy couple. A wife just sitting by herself, minding her own business, and a husband snoring with his mouth open. What a mess.
Hey Grandpa, how many flies do you have in your mouth?
It's Sunday morning. Pretty uneventful Saturday night last night. We just kind of hung out by the campsite. We did a little bit of fire, and that was about it. So not much to report as far as the excitement that happened last night. There was a band from 8 to 10 at the pavilion, but we just didn't feel like going anywhere. Abby was already asleep. Nick was already in the camper, and I was like, I'm not going to check out a band right now. But looks like Stubbs is getting ready to fire breakfast up right now. I've just kind of been doing some cleaning in the camper. It is so difficult to keep a camper clean with 3 kids, especially one that's a 1.5 years old and just throw stuff everywhere. So the kids are over by their camper right now. I've kind of just been straightening up here. I think the plan for the day, Nick wants to go do some fishing down at the pond, so I'm going to take him down and do some fishing. We are also going to run out to Longmeadow Farms, which we had done a video from Longmeadow Farms a few years ago. I'll post a link to that video down below if you're interested in checking out the more long-form video from Longmeadow Farms. I'm gonna try to sneak in Buck Hill Brewery. We ate dinner there one time. I'd like to maybe go there for lunch. I don't know if it's gonna play out that way, but I would like to go there for lunch. I just gotta play my cards right. We'll see how this goes. Look at this guy out here, Stubbs in the wild, just getting ready to cook up some Taylor ham and bacon. This guy, he loves having breakfast. I don't like having wires exposed places, and this is driving me mad. So I want to figure out if there's a way for me to put a hole somewhere in here in this area to run these wires for the wireless charging stations we have through the wall here, so that I can have all the wires kind of tucked in behind here. I know there's a lot of moving around and a lot of pointing, but there's got to be a way to do it. I'm gonna figure it out. Not today though. Something for maybe the spring setup. Hey Stubbs, are you cooking that bacon crispy enough?
Yeah, I heard I have to cook it for.
Well, I'm not, you know.
Yeah,
I just have a feeling that they didn't
the
eat
prima
it
donnas that are my children like their bacon crispy.
I mean, it doesn't have to be extra crispy, but I think it was just the Jello.
I even pulled out the press.
Well, it's raining again, so that's going to change our plans a little bit. So the plan was to go to Longmeadow Farms, but I think maybe we'll try to squeeze that in the afternoon. But there is a toy store right in Hope, New Jersey that I've been dying to get some footage from. So maybe we'll head over there and check that place out, and then do Longmeadow after that. Look at this kid. I come in, she's maxing and relaxing in the recliner, eating grapes like a queen.
And then there's her.
Silence.
Abigail.
And then there's Abby, the jester.
Abigail. And then she's, yeah, right, the jester.
The breakfast mad scientist is at it again.
I'm talking about without.
It's a pancake sandwich with American cheese, Taylor ham, and bacon. All right, we're on our way to Hope. We're gonna head into Hope, New Jersey. There's a couple little stores right in the center of town there. It's still drizzling a little bit. It's not too bad though. Hopefully by the time we get done at the stores, it would have stopped raining, and then we can maybe go check out that farm. But But yeah, it's a pretty cruddy day to be camping today. So I'm glad to be out doing something else other than just sitting here. And here we are at the Toy Chest. So this is a cool little toy store here, right in the center of Hope. And we came to a few years ago, and I was like, this place is amazing. I have to bring the camera back and get some footage from here. This place is amazing. We're now in the antique store, right next door to the toy store. So we'll talk about the toy store in a minute, but we're just checking out all the cool stuff that they have in here. Stubbs brought up a pretty good point. He wondered how many heinies were on that seat at some point in history. Look at this thing. Weird. That thing just activated a core memory. The castle. I remember that thing as a kid. Kaylee found some earrings here. Uh-oh. What do you like? Oh, we made a purchase. This thing is awesome. We've arrived at the cellar door in Belvedere. So this was recommended by the last place we were at, the antique shop in Hope. It looks like it's gonna be a lot of just antiques and stuff like that, but we had nothing else to do, so let's go check it out. On the bright side, the rain has stopped. Look, they have handmade soaps here. Look at these. We're getting soap. This place is pretty cool. I mean, if you like looking for little trinkets and stuff like that, this is the place to come. It was about a 10-minute drive from Hope to Belvedere. Kaylee got a sugar scrub. Okay, I will get it for you. We're back at camp, so we ended up going to Buck Hill Brewery for lunch. Yeah, that's fine. We'll meet you down there. Me and Mommy will start making our way down with the fishing stuff. Okay. Sorry, the kids want to go fish. Well, Nick wants to go fishing. We went to Buck Hill Brewery for lunch. Food was amazing. The beers were great. Highlights were the brisket poutine we got. They call it the Hills Poutine. It was French fries, cheese curds, gravy, and smoked brisket. And then I got the Southwest salad, which was amazing. Court got a French onion soup that was phenomenal. And my mom got this like eggplant sandwich that was huge and looked so good. She said it was amazing. So food was amazing there. That's the positive note. The negative note was the toy store. So I was so excited to go to this place because I really do feel like this is the type of place that, like, if you're like a pop culture enthusiast or a toy enthusiast, you would absolutely want to check this place out. And it's kind of in the middle of nowhere in Hope, New Jersey. Well, we walked in and the guy immediately was like, "No filming in here." Cool, right? Like, okay, I get it. Like, you don't want us to film, I'm not gonna film. I turned the camera off, no big deal. But then he continued to make comments throughout the time that we were there about how he's a struggling business owner, is barely able to keep the lights on, and he was like complaining to other people in the store about how, you know, they're nickel and diming him for everything that they want to buy. Then there's a second floor to it. Well, we all went upstairs, and he came upstairs, I'm guessing to check and see if I was filming upstairs, which I wasn't. But then he almost like accused us of knocking a toy off the shelf, which we didn't do. So I don't even know if this is gonna make the video or not, because to be honest with you, I'd rather just not even promote a place like this than to speak negatively about it. I'll see if it makes it or not, but it was a really bad experience. And I would have honestly bought something in there if he wasn't such a jerk. We're down at the fishing pond right now. Nick wanted to do some fishing, and Kaylee didn't want to do fishing, but she's fishing anyway. And so far, no luck, but we've only been here for about 10 minutes. We've already gone through 3 worms, so we'll see what happens. So we're back from fishing. We've just been kind of hanging out at the campsite here. We caught no fish. I hooked into one, and I handed it off to Nick, and it spit the hook. So we caught no fish today. We got skunked, but we are just hanging out right now. So we're gonna do cheesesteaks on the Blackstone tonight for dinner. I'm really excited about that. I love doing cheesesteaks on the Blackstone. And it looks like Stubbs is starting to clean up his camp area over here. He's just breaking everything down like, oh, I'm just gonna clean up. In the meantime, this is one of the reasons why you have to be mindful of not getting rid of stuff that you think you're never going to use again. So this red blanket, I was going to take out of the camper and opted not to because I was like, you know what? It may come in handy. And you know what? It came in handy because look at little Abby having so much fun. Abby! Abby! Yeah.
Sticky cheese.
There's a lot of cheesesteak meat going on this table right now.
I'm not gonna eat all.
What do you mean you're not gonna eat all that?
Cheese is stuck to my fingers.
It's very hot. Don't
It's
eat
hot. Just take it easy. Look, you're already eating. How is it?
Cheese is stuck to my fingers.
Bet, how was the chicken cheesesteak?
Delicious.
Are you lying to me about that? What most people don't realize is one of the main reasons why we upgraded to the Rockwood Roo 233S and got rid of the old tent on wheels was because of this group right here. Although we don't get to spend too much time with them or go on too many trips with them, any time we get to spend with them is always a fun time. Thank you so much for including us in your group and looking forward to many more camping trips together. Well, it's cleanup day, and since this is the last trip of the season, we've also stripped the beds of everything. This is the worst. That's weird.
Completely ripped out.
Huh. So we also just noticed, Court brought it to my attention, that the mattress is ripping here.
Not that fat.
No. Interesting. Well, we have been complaining that this mattress stinks, so maybe it's time to invest in a better mattress. Now that we're home, we're gonna have to address a few issues with the camper, either when we winterize it or in the spring when we de-winterize it. A couple of the things that we have to address is our mattress is starting to come apart at the seams. We still have the sink is separating from the counter slightly, and Kaylee's bed getting the water in it. I don't know if it was just a fluke thing where a piece of the canvas was pinched, or if the seal is actually failing. So we're gonna have to take a closer look at all of that stuff. And then on top of that, we need to address the tow vehicle situation because the old Tahoe is just not doing the job anymore. I think it's just a combination of the amount of stuff we have to bring with us because of Abby now, the pack and play, there's a stroller, all of the stuff that we did not have in previous trips. It could also just be that the truck is getting older, but we were coming home on 80 again. There's a couple points where we were swaying back and forth and I was like, this is not good. So we're going to address the tow vehicle situation probably before the Memorial Day trip that we're taking. We booked Hershey for Memorial Day. And we're gonna have to address it before then, so stay tuned on that. Well, we are officially home. We are unpacked, and it is 2:13 in the afternoon, so not too bad. The Jamboree is always a fun time. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. As far as the whole Hope experience, you know, it is what it is. Unfortunately, some people are not as nice as others, but we just know we won't go back there again. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed the video, give us a thumbs up. As always, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. We've got content like this coming out all year long. We did book the Jamboree again for next year, so we will be back there again Labor Day weekend next year. And with that being said, we're done, son. Abby, what are you doing on that frog? Get off the frog. Meanwhile, the grounds crew has been hard at work testing the grass strength level over here.